So let's start to create this dashboard. First I create dashboard layout. Create new sheet. Rename this sheet dashboard. Place this sheet before the sales data sheet. Then I create in this sheet dashboard layout. So follow the steps I perform here. First I change the background of this sheet. Click View tab. Uncheck grid lines. Then click on page layout. Click on background. Select this image. Click on insert. Then I add here dashboard title. Insert the text box. Click on insert. Then click on text box. Draw this text box at this position. Resize this text box. Inside this text box, type sales dashboard. Then I format this text. First select all. Click on center alignment. Then click on middle alignment. After that I format this text box. Right click on this text box. Click on format shape. I fill this text box with different colors. So follow these steps. Click on fill arrow button. Select gradient fill. By using this option, I can use multiple colors by using gradient buttons. I can add and remove gradient buttons by using these two buttons. Click on this button, then select this button. Suppose I select this color, then again click on this button. Suppose I select this color. So I can use multiple colors by using gradient options. By moving these buttons, I can change the position of colors inside the text box. But in this case, I use only these two gradients. Remove this gradient and this gradient. For this gradient, select this color, and for this gradient, select this color. Slightly move this gradient from right to left. I can also change the type of gradients by using this drop down list. If I select linear, I see here inside the text box, the position of color is changed to linear. If I select rectangular, if I select this option, so there are different types of gradients. Select radial, remove this pen. Again select all text. I format this text. Select white color, then click on bold. Increase the font size up to 20. Next I add here different sizes of widgets. So follow these steps and learn how I create these widgets. I copy this text box. Click on copy, then click on paste. Resize this text box. Remove this text, then resize this text box. Place this text box at this position. I change the size of this text box. Increase the height of this text box up to 2.12. Then decrease the width of this text box up to 4.84. Then slightly move up this text box, then drag from left to right, then again copy this text box and paste here. Press Ctrl key and select these three text box. Click on Shape Format. Select No Outline. Then select this text box. I change the size of this text box. I slightly increase the height of this text box up to 2.17 and slightly increase the width of this text box up to 4.85. Next, I add here two more widgets. Click on Copy, then click on Paste. Drag and drop at this position. Resize. Place at this position. I change the size of this widget. Decrease the height of this widget up to 2.13 and decrease the width of this widget up to 2.98. Then press mouse and drag from right to left. Copy the same text box and paste at this position. Next, I add here one more text box. Select any text box. Copy and paste this text box. Then resize this text box. After that, I change the size of this text box. Click on Shape Format. Decrease the height of this text box up to 4.29. Then increase the width of this text box up to 3.33. Slightly increase height. Then copy any text box and paste. I add here this text box for slicers. In this text box, I will add slicers. Resize this text box. Then drag and drop at this position. Drag up this text box. Then increase the width of this text box. Then I change the size of this text box. Decrease the height up to 1.1. I also decrease the width up to 11.24. Then I readjust the gradient fill for these widgets. Right click on any text box. Then select this text box. Move this gradient from right to left. Then select this text box. Move this gradient from right to left. Then scroll down. Select this text box. In this text box, I select only one color. I can remove this gradient or I can overlap this gradient. Similarly, select this widget. Similarly, I choose one color for this widget. Overlap this gradient on this gradient. So almost the layout of this dashboard is created. Right click, click on Format Shape. I change the color for this portion as well as this portion has. Select this text box. So in this way you can create dashboard layout by using text box and gradient fill options. Next I give title name to each widget.